Presenciemos a continuación el intercambio de carpetas por las autoridades. Brindemos un fuerte aplauso por el acuerdo alcanzado. Escucharemos enseguida el mensaje del señor Presidente de la República, Nayib Bukele.
Muchas gracias. Thank you very much. I will say my remarks in English so we make our guests feel more comfortable. So yeah, we had quite a good conversation with Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. He was with his team, with the commander of the Southern Command of the United States. Also, we had our ambassador, well, the United States ambassador to El Salvador, Jim Main. Sorry if I'm saying you're our ambassador like 30 times. We also had Kimberly Breyer, which is the secretary for the Western Hemisphere, part of Secretary Pompeo's team. And we're really happy about that conversation. We talk about long sort of issues concerning counter-narcotics, crime, immigration, our bilateral relationship with the United States. And I think it was very, very fruitful conversation. We had I think we have now a new chapter in the relationship with the United States. El Salvador and the United States, as you know, before, with the previous government, was eroding their relationship with our most important ally. In the United States, we have a huge chunk of our population. The majority of our exports go to the United States. The majority of our imports come from the United States. Our economy is dollarized. We're so close to the United States. Really, our relationship with the United States is the most important one we have in the world. And before, it was eroded by the previous administration. But right now, I think it's quite clear that the new administration of El Salvador is willing to work 100% with the United States government and with the United States people. And we wanted to say that very clearly. For us, this is our most important relationship, and we want to work and we want to strengthen that relationship in all of the areas. Not only by creating a better economy, better exports, better imports, but fighting crime together. We talk about fighting the gangs together. We talk about interdicting narcotics together. We talk about reducing immigration together. So I think this was a very, very important meeting. I think it's a game changer. And from now on, we will work like this. Because remember, Secretary Pompeo is the top U.S. diplomatic official. So, and our conversation was so good, so nice, and fruitful. I really enjoyed it. So I'm very sure that the relationship will be better, will be strengthened, and we'll work together to fix our problems and to fix the common problems that the United States and we have, like fighting gangs. Remember, MS-13 is here, but it's also in the United States, and we'll fight them. Immigration is a problem that we have, but it's a problem that ends in the southern border in the United States. So we have to solve the immigration problem together. And the United States sees El Salvador as a partner and as an ally, even though we're a very small country, but they see us as a partner, and they took the time to come. Remember, this was a trip of only 4 countries out of the United States, Mexico, Argentina, Ecuador, and El Salvador. So they took their time to come here. This is the first time in 10 years that a Secretary of State has come to El Salvador. So I really think that the United States has been clear and showed the signs that they want to work with us, and they have found here partners that are willing and with open arms to work together to solve the problems that we together face. And of course, they are also interested in the problems that we faced and trying to help us in those. So we're very thankful for the visit. We're very thankful for the conversation. We're very thankful for the things that we will start working together from starting right now. And we see a bright future in what we will be able to achieve. Thank you.
President Bukele, thank you so much. I want to thank you for taking time for Foreign Minister Hill. Great to see you. I'm delighted to be here. Thank you for giving so much time to me, especially that I know you're expecting your first child any day now.
Thank you.
Buena suerte.
Gracias.
Look forward to many sleepless nights. Yes. Look, President Bukele made very clear his commitment to be a great partner of the United States, and we've seen that in the first 50 days already, and we're deeply appreciative of that. We want tighter partnerships all throughout the Western Hemisphere. It's why we're redoubling American engagement in the region. A few months ago, I visited Chile and Peru, Colombia and Paraguay. I was in Buenos Aires yesterday. These strong relationships will build out democracies throughout this region, and that's good for all of us who live in the Western Hemisphere. In the last fiscal year alone, operations launched from this location disrupted more than $4 billion worth of contraband. We should all be very happy about that. Just weeks ago, on June 17th, we seized a vessel carrying over 7,600 kilograms of cocaine, and I'm confident that our good work together will allow this progress to continue. Thanks in part to the agreement that we signed today. But more importantly, thanks to all the good work that our 2 teams are doing together. So too will the work more broadly to combat the deadly gangs like MS-13, which has left a trail of death and destruction throughout El Salvador and spread violence throughout the United States, where it has presence in over 40 of 50 American states. And since 2017, the State Department and the government of El Salvador have shared information and collaborated to solve these kind of criminal and gang-related challenges. This impacts our shared security enormously, and each of our 2 countries and our citizens are better off for that. The plague of gangs and drug traffickers in the region is a major contributing factor, too, to another of our shared security concerns, that of illegal immigration. Ending illegal immigration requires lots of hard work, strengthening border security at the U.S. southern border and throughout Central America. The Trump administration is determined to achieve this. We are a champion of sovereign rights for every nation. But we've got to address the challenges that cause this migration. We want people to want to stay in their own countries. Gang violence and poverty are 2 amongst them, and we want to be a good partner to assist you in reducing these causes for this migration. You're leading the way here in El Salvador, creating literally hundreds of thousands of jobs. The United States is proud to be a partner of choice in your effort to do this. What we call the Overseas Private Investment Corporation. It's a government entity committed over $350 million for a liquefied natural gas facility and power plant here in El Salvador as part of the largest foreign investment in your country's history. It's a vote of confidence in your potential. It happened because of fantastic leadership here in your country. Eliminating corruption and combating impunity will pave a path for economic success too. When you have responsible democratic governments guided by the rule of law, people want to invest. They like free economies with the rule of law where they can have confidence that if they do well and they do the right thing, that they can be successful and hire more people. This risk to the region also exists in Venezuela today. It's important that when our shared values come under attack, like-minded democratic countries stand shoulder to shoulder in support of the oppressed. Foreign Minister Hill put El Salvador on the right side of history when she declared at the OAS General Assembly last month that El Salvador does not recognize the corrupt Maduro regime as a legitimate government of Venezuela. This is all great news, great cooperation, but I'm convinced this is just the beginning. El Salvador and its new leadership has made a clear choice to fight corruption, promote justice, and partner with the United States. And together, both of our peoples will reap these benefits. Mr. President, I look forward to strengthening our relationship in the days and months and years ahead. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So I'm going to take the question you didn't ask first. I just want to add to what President Bukele said. This is a country that can be a model on immigration, that we can really get it right. And we can get it right in multiple dimensions. We'll do enforcement, we'll do criminal gang activity, we'll invite private American investment to come down here and be part of the fiber of El Salvador. The people of El Salvador made an important decision when they changed the nature of the government. It's now a government that wants to work alongside the United States and shares our objectives. That's why I wanted to travel here today to thank the people of El Salvador for having headed in the right direction. And now it requires hard work by the leadership team here and hard work by our team to make sure we stay the course and get this right. When we do that, I'm confident that we can deliver the American objective, which is protecting our southern border and having sovereignty for our country along that southern border. Look, I spoke to Foreign Minister Brard on just before I came here. We talked about the progress we've made on migration with them too. It's been good. We're now day 44, day 45. They've made real progress. Importantly, they've made a real commitment towards that progress. So the numbers are good. You can see the data. It's public data. There are fewer apprehensions taking place today along our southern border, but we've got a long way to go yet. There's still much more work to do. I wanted to talk today about the tools that we have available and how we can achieve getting to a place where each of our two countries understands the requirements and we can get to the right place. As for the next set of actions, I'll talk with the President and the teams back in Washington, and we'll decide exactly which tools and exactly how to proceed so that we can get to the shared mutual goal between President Obrador and President Trump, which is reducing the illegal migrant flow across our southern border. They have made real progress in ways that they were not prepared to do or weren't capable of doing before, and we're very pleased at the commitment they've made since June 7th, since we signed that agreement. And I appreciate the question on waivers with respect to Iran. I never get it out in front of sanctions or sanctions decisions before we're prepared to make the announcement. We're just a few days away from that 90-day time limit. I'm confident on day 90 you'll know the answer.